San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy might be the most pocket watched quarterback or player in the NFL right now. And you might be saying, pocket watch, what are you talking about? Meaning, people are always talking about how much money Brock makes. Like, it's a very popular trend amongst social media platforms that if a quarterback gets an extension, they compare that quarterback to what Brock Purdy made this past season, which was under $1 million. And so, with that being said, being Mr. Irrelevant, being the last pick in the draft, his actual contract doesn't count against the actual 49ers cap space because it's so minimal. People are always talking about the deals that he makes, and I find it to be an interesting phenomenon because all these players and quarterbacks get brand deals, right? It's a part of the lifestyle, the culture. It is what it is. Companies want to associate with big time players. It helps, bring a bit of a uh, you know, cachet to the brand, if you will. And when you get a guy like Brock, who has wide range appeal, comes from Iowa State, he's actually a great target. I mean, that's why Toyota made him their first national, NFL branded partner. Was Brock. It was the first guy that they inked a deal with in the NFL after becoming the official vehicle of the NFL as a sponsor. But that's not the only place where we've seen it. We've also seen it with John Deere Tractor. Brock Purdy and Colton McKivitz were spotted in San Francisco shooting a John Deere Tractor commercial, which is totally on brand for both of those guys in regards to kind of where they come from and their background. Because and it's funny, we saw Brock Purdy go viral for a video that his now wife posted to her social media of him driving through the cornfields on his father-in-law's farm and driving the tractor, doing all that good stuff. People ate it up. That has turned into an endorsement deal, and they just announced it today, and it's so Brock. I absolutely love it. Take a look at the new face of big corn. It's Brock Purdy. Take a look at this.
This isn't just any field. It's a field ready to challenge you to beat your best yet using the #1 corn seed on the market. I've had the chance to harvest some Pioneer corn on my in-laws farm firsthand last fall, and I'm excited about our brands teaming up. Let's go dominate the field this year. And remember, what's next happens here.
Hey, shout out to Pioneer. I had no idea who they were prior to this, and now they get their own video on the channel. See, that's how good marketing works. Um, I mean, honestly, if you were a brand, it would make so much sense to try to go after Brock Purdy. I mean, he's one of the most discussed quarterbacks in the league. He plays for one of the biggest sports franchises in America, in all of sports, in the San Francisco 49ers. And he's a polarizing player, so people got a lot to say about him. And also, too, like we just talked about, anytime he's mentioned in a deal, anytime something happens, it's almost like news, because it's like, hey, the guy who had to have a roommate at being an NFL player is getting these deals and stuff like that. I mean, we saw that he also got a nice stipend from the NFL, almost equaling his total salary for the year prior for performance-based pay and how many snaps he played. So again, it's funny because he doesn't make a bunch of money. And, we look at all the quarterbacks across the league. You see Kirk Cousins making $45 million per year. You see Dak Prescott being rumored to make in the range of $60 million. And then you've got Brock, who's making under $1 million. It just creates like this interesting like dynamic of just people very interested in what Brock Purdy is doing financially and from a brand deal perspective. So that's, hey, any brands listening, don't worry about sponsoring me. Go out and sponsor Brock because you might get a video out of it. That's free marketing right there. Free brand promotion. We all know who Pioneer is now. They sell corn seed because of Brock. I love it, dude. Shout out to Brock and at all. Like this is such a great, honestly, like brand deal because I guarantee you all the people who would be purchasing corn seed love Brock Purdy. He's like he totally fits the demographic of people who probably use that product. So you see Brock Purdy endorsing that corn. Hell yeah, let's get let's get some. I love it though, dude. I'm so happy for Brock. Brock's gonna get paid. That deal's gonna come. We've already heard a lot of people talk about it. I've been asked about it. I've gone on radio shows. I've been asked about like what I think Brock's gonna get paid. It's definitely in the back of a lot of 49er fans' minds because we know we just talked about it on State of the Franchise yesterday because it's going to change the complexion of the roster construction. And we know this. So we're just kind of in a wait and see period and see what those changes will ultimately look like. Obviously, the cap should go up and those things, but Brock's going to get paid. And it sounds like the 49ers are more than willing to move forward with Brock as a franchise quarterback. So that's a good sign for 49er fans. We have been desperate for a franchise quarterback for a long time. So, again, I just think it's funny that anytime Brock signs a brand deal, it's almost like breaking news. Like, oh, breaking news. Brock can afford to live in the Bay Area for 6 more months. Oh, good stuff. Hey, but he's doing good for himself. He's taking advantage of his notoriety, and rightfully so. He absolutely should. And I like the brands that he's representing. Wholesome, family oriented brands, John Deere, Pioneer, Toyota. I'm for it. I'm all for it. What other? I'm curious though. What other brands should Brock partner with? Like, put your marketing caps on. Think of the demographic. Think of who Brock would relate to from a brand marketing standpoint, and who would you like to see Brock partner up with some endorsement deals, um, whether serious, whether funny. I would love to hear who Brock should be sponsored by next. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.